when we leave here on the way to different venues, it's so different for us to see how people live here. Like, their barbershops are a tin shed down the road and they're selling clothes or fish from a trolley halfway down the road. You see such a different sense of community here compared to what you do back in London. Like, here, everywhere you're going, there's something different or different things being sold on your way there. There's no sort of sense of a set town. It's on your way, random things on random parts of the road. It was really fulfilling this morning. When we turned up at the preschool, we were made aware that this time last year when Laura came, it was an open ground. The kids could run off into the road, could run off into the streets. People could come in and off the grounds. But because of the donations that everyone has made to danceaid and the fundraising that we've done, they've managed to build a fence around their facility so the kids can be there safely and there's no worries of that happening anymore. People can't just run off, or people can't come into the grounds. Kids are there and they're safe for the day. It was crazy to see these kids, like I said, from age 1 to 5, how well behaved they were. Back home, you hear lunchtime and all the children are crazy. They just run off, go grab their lunch boxes, go to their dinner hall, and that's their time. But here, it was so amazing to see these 3-year-old children all get into a line, all line up and wash their hands, considering that they're all hungry and lack of food, to be given a plate of food and sit there and be so disciplined that none of them were allowed to eat it until they'd all said their prayers together. And then finally, when they're allowed to sit and tuck in and be so thankful for the food that they were receiving, it was just great to see. One of the hardest things about going to the preschool today was seeing these children aged 1 to 5, and that's just so similar to children back home. I have so many nieces and nephews myself, and to see them, it's really hard, because back home I know that my nieces and nephews will be going to school, they'll get a job, they'll go to college, they'll live a normal happy life, where these children who suffer or don't suffer with the same lifestyles will grow up to not have as many opportunities. And I know that the life that they're going to be living is going to be completely different to how our families will live back home. When we get to the school, it's really nice to be greeted by all the staff members. Everyone's so lovely, so nice, and really appreciative of what we're doing here and all the work that danceaid have done for them. Today, as we were leaving one of our locations, one of the teachers came up to us and saying how us being there had brightened up her day, and she was so sad to see us leave, and it was really refreshing to know that they appreciate our presence as much as what the kids do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Golden eye. Yes, ma'am. Golden eye. Yes, ma'am. Golden eye. Yes, ma'am. Golden eye. Yes, ma'am. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me, all of you. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. Follow me. Yes, ma'am. All right, we say thank you to our friends. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep it up. And shine like a big, big star on the sky. La la la.
So after the preschool, we went to another sort of centre. It was a school for the children who don't have their documents.
Siphiwe, thank you for having us to your Block B Children's Centre today. Do you mind to just explain a little bit about what you do here?
We normally teaching kids academic stuff. We're also teaching them a life skill. We're also doing some sorts of activities like dancing, doing drama, as well as many of things.
Why are the children coming here to this centre each day?
The thing is, most of the kids that we are having here, they are undocumented, so they are not allowed in our schools. So they are coming here to learn. They are coming here to grow themselves in many other things, like the activities I've just mentioned.
So here in South Africa, a lot of the children that go to the schools that we've been attending don't have the correct documents to attend schools. So because of either where they were born or where their parents were born, they aren't allowed to attend schools, which means they're not allowed to go to university, they're not allowed to get jobs. Just because of a piece of paper, they might have better grades than all the other children, they might be smarter and more intelligent than the other children, but just because of this one document that they don't have, they're not allowed to live the life or have any of the opportunities that the others have. And those opportunities are less regular anyway, but for these kids, they literally don't have the chance to have any of them as it is.
So if this centre was not here, what were these children going to be doing each day?
Probably nothing. They will be staying at home doing nothing, bored, and also get themselves in trouble doing some wrong things. So here they are safe. Here they are learning. Here they are doing things that make them happy. They are very happy.
And these children, because they don't have the correct documents, a lot of them don't go to school. They stay at home all day. It was brought to our attention yesterday that because these kids don't go to school, a lot of them are taken away and get into drugs, into alcohol. A lot of them get taken and kidnapped and trafficked to...
The ones from, say, Block C, Block A, the ones who cannot come to your centre here, what might those children be doing?
I think nothing. They are doing nothing because they are not allowed in our schools. Some of them, they are going hunting for jobs so that they can live. Some of them, maybe they are doing all sorts of wrong things, like the ones who are the teenagers. Maybe they can sell their bodies so that they can have food because their parents are not working as well. So the problem is very huge for them.
And the parents, they're not working because they also don't have papers.
They also don't have papers.
So it's difficult for them to find work.
It's difficult for them to find work.
Okay.
We found out since being here that a lot of the girls have been getting pregnant and been experiencing sexual intercourse so young, and a lot of them being pregnant. So a lot of the preschoolers today, they're as young as 2 or 3, but their parents are still at school themselves. The people without the documents, a lot of them are uneducated in this field, so because of that are getting pregnant and are suffering with not knowing how their bodies work. A lot of them, like I said, are getting pregnant from the ages as young as 12 years old.
The hope for their future is that someday they will be able to get some birth certificates, because we are in the process of asking help from Home Affairs and education promises so that they can help them to go and learn something from our local schools, and as well as now that they are learning how to sew, we hope that they are going to use that in future so that they can live.
Okay.
If possible, they will be able to get some certificates.
And the hope is maybe that even if they cannot get papers, they can generate their own income, right?
Yes.
From the practical skills.
From the practical skills that they are doing.
Yeah, they can make themselves to be self-employed, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. And how are they doing with those activities?
Very, very well.
Okay.
They're fantastic. They are sewing skirts. They are sewing aprons. They also know how to make the gardening. All those things, they can help them in future.
And when you say gardening, you mean growing?
Yes.
Growing, what kind of things are they learning to grow?
They are growing spinach, beetroot, also carrots. They can also grow melon.
Okay.
Yes, so that they can help them in future. and they can also take them and sell them somewhere where they can get income.
Okay.
A big part of their culture is dance. So the whole time that we've been here, that's how everyone's communicated. I think every single venue that we've been to.
Africa! Oi, oi! Africa! Oi, oi! South Africa! Maybe! South Africa! Maybe! Africa! 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 Yeah, yeah! Africa! Chiga! Africa! Yeah, yeah! Africa! Yeah, yeah! Africa! Chiga! Africa! Yeah, yeah! Africa! Attention! Yes, sir! Attention! Yes, sir! I'm at the contact telecom. Can be such a to pack. Listen to so. Hey! Attention! Yes, sir! Attention! Yes, sir! Back up!
Right, yesterday we went to one of the centres, and before we'd even spoke to anyone, they were there for a talk actually with the nurses. But we put some music on and everyone just got off their seat and was dancing around and having fun. And at one point the speaker actually turned off and everyone sat down, and as soon as it clicked back in, the whole room stood back up and started partying again. And it was, again, not one of us had a conversation with them, but it was just great to see everyone enjoying themselves through dance. It was really beautiful.
The danceaid crew has helped them to develop their skills in dancing, also in knitting, them to know how to sing and in action and stuff. They've really helped a lot by coming here. Yeah, and they also gave them some gifts, which is they gave them some pencil case, toothpaste, and pencil and pens, crayons.
Some toothbrushes, I think,
Yes,
maybe? Yeah.
yes.
So do these children have those things already, or are they new to them?
They are new to them because parents, they cannot afford to buy them those things. Like, they are very expensive. They are very happy to have those kinds of things like toothbrush and toothpaste and pencil case.
The last time I was here, the children were not confident in speaking English and not in reading. But today they asked, please can we read to you?
Yes.
And they were reading to some of them. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Because it's all thanks to you. Wonderful teaching. And
thank you.
So today, after experiencing the preschool and one of these centres for the children without the papers, seeing how little they have, we actually went out for food in one of the malls here, and it was just really bizarre to see people in there was like, they had a McDonald's, they had a KFC, people in there eating and shopping. That was literally a 2-minute drive down the road from where these other people were suffering. And it's so crazy to be driving down the road, and on one side of the road you'll see a plot of land which has a beautiful house built, but on the other side will literally be a tin house. And it's so different to see that these people who live in the same place can have such different circumstances.